Hey everybody, Nate with Mass Collector here. I appreciate you guys clicking and watching this video with me today. In this one here, I'm going to show you the patterns and lineups of cards that I found while sorting and going through some Fleer 1990 basketball cards, specifically Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman. So enjoy the video. Towards the end, you'll get some pictures of all the lineups, and I'll explain everything in the video. 1990 Fleer. Basketball cards are going crazy right now, like absolutely crazy, mainly due to the Last Dance that you'll probably hear the music and people talking in the background, so I'm watching that as I'm doing this. But so anyways, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I saw that some of these junk wax that they call them, Jordans in particular, were selling close to $150 a piece. And I looked up the Fleer 1990 and 91 wax boxes, and they were pretty cheap, $30 a box or so, which isn't bad. You get a lot of cards in each box. Got those in, and then looking up the prices, the Jordans were going up to about $300 a piece, and the wax boxes started to skyrocket too. I think now a box of 90 Fleer basketball is like $100, which is just incredible to think about, when you probably could have scored one of these boxes for $10 probably 3 months ago. So anyways, I bought the boxes and I started opening the packs. And of course, if anybody remembers opening these up back in the 90s, in 1990, 91, there's patterns in the packs. So basically, if you found a Jordan, the 14 cards in front of him and also the 14 cards behind him, based on those cards, I started searching the packs. After I opened up a couple boxes, got the pattern down, started to open up the packs. Then once I got all the lineups for, I looked for Pippen, Rodman, and Jordan specifically. So when I started sorting the packs, I was looking for, who's on the front, who's on the back. If you stay tuned, at the end of this video, I will show you a picture or do a video of the lineup of, what I found anyways in these boxes. And I'm going to open them up to see if my theory actually worked out. So I went through all these packs, about 4 boxes worth. I pulled out the packs that I think are, there's Pippen in this one, Pippen in this one. Also, if I found somebody, like a star card, I would just pull it out and put the guy's name on it. But so we're going to open up some of these packs to see how I did, and we'll see if these guys are in here. So here, Larry Bird's actually on top of this pack, and the way that it went, Pippen was behind him somewhere in this lineup. It should be Larry Bird, and then as we work through the pack here, we'll run into a Pippen. So here we go. All right, so here's Larry. Very nice centering, of course. Then it goes Thurl Bailey, Anthony Bowie, John Battle, David Wingate, Bill Wennington, Scottie Pippen. There he is. Right there. Then I'll just kind of go through these and pick out the studs, trying to keep those, because what else is happening is a lot of those Hall of Famer Karl Malone's in this lineup too, which is great. He's on the back end though of Pippen, so like Malone, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Keem Olajuwon, John Stockton, David Robinson, all of those guys from back in the 80s and 90s that were, multiple All-Stars, seasons, things like that. Pulling those out and kind of just waiting for something to happen there too, because it's going to follow. So, okay, here's another one for a Pippen, which I think is in here. And this is based on, let's see, Rasmussen. So Pippen was ahead of him in the boxes. And also what I did too was, if I could see what was on the back, and then based on that lineup, I would check to see who was on the front here, and I could go by the team and just kind of pick out half of the name here, without getting really involved into it, and it was lining up. So there should be another Pippen in this one. Tom Chambers, Cheeks, Mark McGuire. There's Larry. Terrell Bailey, Bowie, Battle, Wingate, Winnington, Scottie Pippen, Mark Westjacket. So there we go, another Larry and Scottie in that pack. So everything is so far working out anyways. And I don't know if it matters if it's a different production run or if this is how all of these packs were made at the same, you know, these sheets are cut down, sent in these packs, things of that nature. But it was just kind of interesting to me that that's how it happened. This one here has a Jordan All-Star on the back, and I could see, you know, some of the words in here, and it says Air Jordan somewhere, I think. Anyways, there's a Jordan on the back of this. Now, the dilemma is, on all of these older packs, these wax packs, the glue starts to adhere to the card. Now, when you submit these things for grading, that could affect the grade, obviously, if it's not perfect. So I'm actually going to leave these in the pack for now, just to try to get some more data on that, and, you know, actually maybe even call up PSA or SGC and ask them about that too. So I'm going to put this one to the side, but it's a Jordan All-Star on the back of this one. This one here has a regular Jordan base on it, and it was pretty easy to tell because you can actually see his name right on the back. Get up in there. Yeah, there you go, Jordan. Again, I don't know if the wax is going to stick on the back of that card and degrade the value of it. I'm just going to leave it in there for now. All right, this one here should have a Jordan in it based on who is on the front and who is on the back of this pack. So here we go. And there's an All-Star one in here too, so that's cool. So Strickland, Robinson, Perkins. Probably towards the end here, looks like. Sometimes when there's an All-Star in there, the chain is broken. Rodman. This one didn't have one in there, and I think why it was because of when they put an All-Star in there, the chain of cards gets mixed up. So I think that might have been based on the guy on the back of this versus the front. But Rodman's also ones we're looking at, or I just screwed up and labeled that pack wrong, which is definitely a possibility. But you know, it should have been in there. This one here should have a Jordan in it. Yeah, this one does. So there's our Jordan, which looks really nice and centered and everything. There's other studs in this one too. You know, I think there's somebody behind him. But here's that Kaminsky and Sanders, which were in that other pack. So these guys were on the back. That's why I thought that Jordan was in the other one. But in that spot was that All-Star that broke that chain. So if you see an All-Star on it, it could really, either on the front or the back of the pack, that could screw up the lineup too. Because those actually are inserted differently. randomly put in. Olajuwon, Spud Webb. I've always loved Spud Webb, so I keep him out. And put him in the stud pile. But good Jordan here. Looks pretty centered, except, you know, top to bottom, not perfect. But overall, all in all, looks really nice. Jordan on top on this one. Man, the centering looks okay, but it's definitely left to right on this one, so I just might leave it in there. There should be Akeem, Karl Malone, Spud Webb in this one too. Oh, I'm sorry, Akeem, McHale, and Spud Webb. Well, let's open it. Pack's crashed anyways. McHale, Keem, Spud. So what we thought was in there is in there. Tim Hardaway too. Jordan in this one. I think we're into the Jordan stack now. But there's an all-star in here, which may screw up the lineup, but we'll see. Rodman, that's generally the telltale sign right there when you run into him. Because here's Mike Kaminsky, Kale, Keem, Spud. So, yeah. The all-star insert screws up the lineup again. Jordan in here. I might not have checked the front and back on all these packs when I was doing it. I might have just saw one guy that I was looking for and said, hey, we'll just do that one. But this one's got an all-star in it too, so it could very well screw up that again. Yep. Damn it. Kaminsky's on the back of this one. That's a good sign. That means Jordan's right above him or damn close. But look at that. Shit. Might be actually on top here. This looks like the right lineup here. Yep. Jordan should be in here. Nope. Rodman. Oh. That's frustrating. Ronnie Cycli is on top of here. Jordan is definitely in this one. Shitty centering. Magic. Yeah, the centering on these are not very good so far. Is also ahead of Michael Jordan in the lineup. Look at that shit. I'll piss you off. Jordan will be in here. There's no all-star, so Yeah, I guess the key is to make sure the card on top and on bottom are the ones in the lineup and not just one or the other. It definitely makes a difference. This one looks okay, but still not centered right. So I should be the fourth or fifth one down. There we go. Again, shitty centering. Generally, when you see crap centering in one box, it's kind of pretty much how it's going to be for the rest of the players and cards too, which is a shame. But what are you going to do? I got some of these too that I see, you know, different players on top or whatever. So this one's got like a Stockton All-Star on top. I don't know who else is in here, but Worthy, Kurt Rambis. Stockton on the back of this, I think. Yep. So should get Isaiah Thomas and James Worthy for sure. Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, they're always in the same pack. Only one apart from each other. This one's got the Jordan on the back. Let's see here. I think we have Sean Kemp on the back of this one. I don't know the lineups on these though. I just checked it for Rodmans and Pippens and Jordans. But trying to get all this stuff kind of situated and opened up so I can send in my next submission to SGC. Yeah, I sent in 10 Jordan cards last week for a 10-day turnaround, and it was 5 96, 97 Fleer metal base Jordan, and also the metallized, so 5 each, just to kind of see how those turn out. They literally were in my binder in a page sleeve since 96 after I opened it. They were not removed from there after that until last week. And I was looking at them, I mean, they're perfect. So I don't know, there's so many different colors and things in those cards that I'm not even sure how anybody can really grade them. Or, you know, what do you look for? Corners, edges, that's about it. Because there's no border, so, you know, centering, I mean, as long as it looks good, it should be fine. Jordan on the back of it. And actually, there's no wax on this one, a little bit. But I think you might be able to rub it off. Yeah, this one's covered in wax. Front looks pretty good though. deduct too much off of it. Might get a Jordan in here too. Yep. Well, that was cool. Two Jordans. All right, let's see what else we got here. Bunch of Drexlers, Patrick Ewing, Barkley All-Star. Carmelone, Ewing, Reggie Miller, Hakeem Olajuwon. Worthy, Magic was on the top a lot for some reason. Magic. So a lot of Magic Johnsons, Magic All-Star on the back of this one. More stack here. Chambers All-Star in the back. Larry Bird and Clyde Drexler, Bird and Drexler, Bird All-Star. Well, Bird and All-Star, so this will be interesting. Dave Robinson. So when I was looking at this pack, it had one part of the lineup on the back. There we go, so Mark Price is in that lineup. So here's another All-Star, so that might screw it up again. I'm not complaining about All-Star cards, but when it screws up my Michael Jordan. So here's another Rodman, which is good, and Isaiah again. So again, here's that Mike Kaminsky, Sanders. This is almost the exact same pack as that last one. So we got a Hakeem out of here and a Spud Webb. So yeah, Jordan should have been, in front of this guy again, and then it was the All-Star. So screwed it up. That's the bad part. You can't see the All-Stars in the pack if they're buried in there. It's super hard to do. This one should have a Rodman in it. There's Dennis right on top. Nice one. And let's see who else is in this pile. I don't think there's anybody spectacular. Manute Bull. That's about it. But we want the Rodmans and Pippins and Jordans. That's what we're buying these for, just because of how their prices are just going freaking crazy right now. Unbelievable. But that's why I think all these other players, All-Stars, are starting to they're gonna start gaining value too. So Rodman in here. Oh, well, he's right on top, so that was easy. I got a ding on there though, but not all going to be perfect. But I was surprised actually on how nice some of these, the quality was on these actually, for being boxed up and probably shipped around and moved around a lot. Let's see, here's a Pippen, or I'm sorry, Rodman in this one, or should be. Oh, here's Manute, so that's a good sign. Magic on the front even. and Magic is not in that lineup. So if he's on top, so here's where that break was, right? But I pulled the pack because Rodman's in these cards. He came from, I was going by the guy on the bottom. Nope, he's not in here. Must have been above there then. Nope. Those All-Stars sure screw them up. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, based on the lineup, who's on the front and who's on the back of this are different than what I usually have seen. So I think there's an All-Star card inside of this one. And there is. Well, hey, we get lucky with a Jordan here. Nope. So Jordan would have been underneath. Kept going, but you know, another bird All-Star is not bad. His cards are starting to go up quite a bit too. But yeah, these 90 Fleer are a bitch because of this, the border. You know, to get a perfectly centered one is not easy. So everybody, you know, junk wax is always what everybody calls it because there were so many printed. Well, sure, a lot of them printed, but how many actually make a PSA or 10 or a SGC 10 or a Beckett 10? It's like 10 to 15% actually do make the grade. Pippen in here. Those are All-Star, so who knows, might get screwed up. But Charles. Maybe we'll take that one though. There he is, Pippen. That's a good pack, eh? Pippen, Jordan All-Star. Pippen looks off-center, of course. On these All-Stars, I just look at these stars as far as centering goes. So as long as they look about the same, get a pretty good idea. But this one here has got a bunch of shit on the edge of it, so it's not going to grade out very well. It's like a rub from the pack. Super off-centered on the back too. So, but you know, what can you do? Pippen. Yeah, you can feel this wax buildup on the back of these, which sucks. That's Scotty. That's a good one. A little off-center, but not bad. That'll probably be okay. Carmelo. Scottie Pippen in here. He's right on top. Should have looked first before I opened it up, but pretty good centering on that one. So there should be a Malone in here. Carl, checklist again. Carmelo and Pippen in here. I'm not saying, hey, buy a bunch of wax, pull out the cards, and then sell the shit to somebody else on eBay or whatever. I just thought it was kind of neat to do this, you know, and then have these other packs, just hold on to them, and, you know, have your kids open them up for fun, or, you know, whatever. And I'm sure there's other stuff in these other packs. I just haven't opened them up yet either. Home Alone in that one. Yeah, there he is. Pippen. Sigma's on the back. So I don't know if Malone was in front of him or not. Find out here. Actually, this looks like the lineup for Rodman, but Larry. There he is. Ooh, that's a really nice one. That's like almost perfect centering on that one. Same with this bird, a little off, but Pippen and bird in here. Not bad. Bird looks good too. Here. We got Pippen in this one supposedly, but there's an all-star, so that could change. Patrick, Charles, hey, we might get a, yeah, we should have a Pippen there. Nice. Not the best centering, but. All right, so this first picture that you see right here is the Rodman lineup. So you'll see Dennis Rodman on the right side of the very bottom. Cards going on top of him are the ones that are in front of him in the lineup. The ones on the left side, going from the top to bottom, are the ones that are behind them in that lineup. So based on who you see in the pack, on the back or in the front, if you see any of those guys, you should be able to hit a Rodman. Now, like we said before, if there's a different card on the front or the back that doesn't really jive with that lineup, there's probably an all-star card in there, which is good as well. So this picture here is the Jordan lineup. Again, same type of thing. The cards that are above him on the right are the ones that are above him in the lineup, and on the left from top to bottom are the ones that are behind him. Again, if you see any of these players in this lineup behind them or in front of them on the front or back of the pack, you should be able to pull one. Just make sure though, again, if you don't see the right lineup on the front or back, there's probably an all-star card in there. This lineup here, this picture, is the Scottie Pippen lineup. Now, I actually have an all-star card in this lineup just to kind of show you the difference. On the far left are the 14 cards that are behind Scottie Pippen in the lineup. And as you work your way up above Scottie, you'll see two cards that are next to each other. So the All-Star Clyde Drexler on the left and the other card on the right. So Clyde on the left, the cards that are above him were the cards that I found in front of that All-Star card. The lineup that goes to the far right, that should be the regular lineup without an all-star in that pack. Thanks again for watching this video. This is Nate with Mask Collector. Again, if you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I really enjoy putting this content together for everybody. I'm having a blast doing it, and I really would love to continue doing that with your support. So I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.